If the Supreme Court rules in your favor later this year on the immigration plan, how long would it take the White House to execute that plan to shield these people from deportation? And is there a plan in place to front load that in the few remaining months that you'll have before this administration comes to an end?
Mm-hmm. Josh, I want to be careful about being respectful to the Supreme Court. Obviously, they're going to hear the arguments on both sides. We've got a lot of confidence in the legal arguments that we'll be making before the court. The kinds of executive actions that the president took a little over a year ago now to try to bring some much-needed reforms and a greater accountability to our broken immigration system were clearly consistent with the precedent that was established by other presidents, and clearly within the confines of his authority as President of the United States.
If a Republican wins the White House, how will you ensure that the immigration action, should you be successful in the Supreme Court case, isn't turned off on January 21st? Is there some way to secure the longevity of that?
I think the most effective way for us to secure the longevity of these reforms is to actually have Congress pass legislation that would enact them. And there's strong support for that across the country, but strong opposition to that in the House Republican Conference. That's unfortunate. But look, that is the difference. This is why, or this is at least one of the important reasons, why we've often made the case that the president taking executive action does not absolve Congress of their responsibility to pass legislation. What the president said in November of 2014 when he announced these actions is that he was only taking these actions and taking these steps because Congress had failed to act, that he would continue to push Congress to act even though he was taking these steps. And he also noted that if Congress were to pass legislation, that he was happy to have congressional legislation supersede the executive actions that he had taken. So this ultimately is a reflection of a president who's determined to do everything he possibly can to try to fix our broken immigration system. But ultimately, we need to see Congress take some steps.